Sniped here, and today I'm going to bring you a small review on the new Tom Clancy game, Ghost Recon Wildlands. Now, I first started knowing this game, I had a lot of hype going into this game just because of the few other games that came out during this year, The Division and Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six is a really good game, and if you played Division, you know it didn't really live up to its hype. It turned out to be more of a Destiny farming game. If that's your thing, that's cool and everything, but I thought it was going to be more of an open world game like this game was. But disregarding all that and everything, I tried to go in here with an open mind, like trying to have an open mind with this game and everything. But anyways, first starting on this game, you're going to be a bit overwhelmed, just because when you do start out, there's a lot to do. If you look at the map here where you first start out, I believe it's right here. Now I already got a lot of stuff collected, but there's a lot to do. There's going to be a lot of missions to do. There's going to be 6 different missions at once. You can do them in whatever order you want. There's going to be, stuff on the map like the legends to collect, skill points to collect, weapons to collect, bases to go attack. There's going to be stuff to help the rebels, side missions for comm tools and all that stuff, and oil. But once you get into this swing of things, it's not, once you get all those main basic things down, the difference between all of them, it's not too bad to get everything all organized. Now once you do start playing through the missions, you'll start to see, once you get a few of them done, that they are very repetitive missions. A lot of the missions in this game are very repetitive. They're usually based around the same thing of you gotta take over a base, go in, extract intel, or you gotta follow somebody to a meeting and then, interrogate the guy, or, blow something up, blow a cocaine stash up, or whatever the situation may be. But regardless of that, you can kind of ignore that, because a lot of like I said, the map is very big. So as you can see, that it's a huge map. So every area is kind of a different. Like you go from, you can go to marshes to the to the jungles to the salt flats. So like once you get around that, the missions are repetitive. They you don't really notice it because of all the different backgrounds and different bases and areas you will be in. So it's kind of very easy to ignore that. Now getting to the skill system of this game, it's a bit different if you played Tom Clancy's The Division. It's a bit different. It's a bit different, kind of similar if you know what I'm talking about. If you played the game, what you do is you get skill points. You can see up in the top there, you get the little arrow with the half square. Those are skill points. You get those from completing missions. You can find them around the map and all that. And you can use them to buy different stuff. So like for example here, the weapons, you got stable aim, hip fire spread, grenade launchers, ammo, ETs. And once you unlock all of them, you get the elite, I guess the elite one. It's an elite skill that piles on to all the other ones. Like this one, for example, increase your accuracy by 30%. The drone, you get one that heals you, items, bigger explosions, faster regen, and get an extra life from your squad, for example. Now the only thing about this is when you are going through the game, you do get a lot of your resources from, you can get a lot of them from doing missions and taking down the underbosses and the bosses above them. And you can also do the missions where you steal helicopters and that kind of stuff. Now personally, when I played through the game, I was more focused on the main story, so I did go through just not really paying attention to all the side missions at first, and you can also find little barrels and stuff around the map that will give you plus 50, plus 100 etc. But anyways, I ignored a lot of that stuff, and I will say that it was a bad choice, because right now I have completed the game, and I've been playing a little bit after the game trying to get more resources just to unlock everything to get the trophies, and I still need a lot of resources. So I'm kind of just running around now, going back to every base I've taken over, doing all the missions again, just trying to get more resources. I will say, if you do play through the first time, I will take any resource you see, just take it like right away. It takes an extra 2 seconds, and it's easier just to get over it and have to go back later on. Anyways, I'm gonna go on to the loadouts now. So the loadouts here, I was very happy with the way they did the loadouts. There was a lot of weapons in this game. As you can see on the right side here, you got the different weapon categories. You can sort them out whatever way you want. This is all of them at once, where you got assault rifles, light machine guns, submachine guns, sniper rifles, and shotguns. Now the way you get guns in this game is you start out with a few. You also get an extra one. I can't remember exactly what it is. If you pre-order the game, yeah, I think it's these two here, the Warhawk and no, sorry, it's not. Or yeah, I think it's the Wilderness you get when you pre-order the game. But anyways, a lot of the weapons you get for this game a lot of them are found around the map in chests. You can get weapon chests, which you find in each area. Each area has about 2 or 3. You'll either get a shotgun or assault rifle. It varies from different region to region. But and then the other half you get from completing out the bosses. You can see here, there's the El Bastion here and the Lamada Tovova, whatever you want to call it. I got those completing bosses. Like there's some for each categories. Like the sniper has these 2 down here, or the shotgun has these 3. And yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. But anyways, yeah, you do get, there's a number of ways you can get them. You can also buy a few variations here, as you can see. Ubisoft Club has some, and also you can buy some of credits, they call them, but it's just real money for the PlayStation Store. Anyways, yeah, onto the actual customization now of the weapons. There's a good amount of attachments that you can put on your weapons in this. You can't customize the ones that you get from bosses. They're the way you get them is the way they are. But for example, here let me put on I'll put on the ACR. Now you see you got 3 categories: paint presets, which is, you got 54 different paints here. You can choose whatever ones you want, and there's also a few at the end, brighter ones that you can buy with real money. I'm not sure how much it turns out to be. I think around $7.99 and $6.99 for the pack. And then there's also randomized paint ones here. These are like the presets, just random ones. Anyways, on the parts here. Now there is a lot of parts you can get for this game, but the thing is you have to find them. Almost similar to the weapon kits, you have to go around finding these little kits in each area that will either be a scope, a magazine, under barrel, whatever it may be. But once you do, I haven't unlocked all of them yet. I haven't unlocked the majority of them. But as you can see here, you got a good amount of scopes you can put on. Personally, I don't use the scopes. I always play in third person. But if you like to play in first person in this game, then there's a lot of number of scopes that you can use, from going from the red dots to the ACOGs to 6 times zoom, 8 times zoom, whatever you want to use. You can also put a grenade launcher on, a number of foregrips and all that. There's different size magazines, full auto. Most guns can go. You can change to go single fire, semi-automatic, whatever your preference is. There's rails here, laser sights, rangefinder, all that. Short barrel, long barrel, and then the muzzles, obviously, the suppressor and the compensator here, depending on how you like to play. But anyways, yeah, that's mostly it for this. Oh, I guess down here too, there's you do unlock these all eventually. You can have them all equipped at once, so you don't have to worry about, choosing which one you want to have equipped at once. You get a fragmine mine, C4, flare gun, flash grenade, and division lure. And then, of course, you got your drone here, and once you unlock the different ones, there's an explosive, EMP, noise maker, and medic. Anyways, now onto the physics of this game. The physics of this game is pretty good. It can be a bit wonky at times, because you can take trucks over, a little bit of crazy bumps and all that. Like, you can, especially if you're driving one of the bigger trucks, like you can get a light tank in this, and you can drive it over anything really. As you can see here, like, a truck in real life is not going to drive up a mountain straight like this. There's just no way. It's a bit weird, and also when you're driving down, the trucks do take a lot of damage. Like if you're going to smash into a rock right down the mountain, your truck should blow up right away, but they do take a lot of damage. But I mean, really, other than that, going up mountains and down mountains, the driving phases are very good. The helicopter ones are good. The airplanes are good too. Just simple airplanes to drive. Everything's pretty simple driving, as helicopters and all that. Uh, there's a few glitches still, but of course, the game is new, so they're working on those. But anyways, on to this. As you can see here, you have a squad with you. You have 3 guys that follow you around the game. And this is only in single player now. Because you can play the story mode in single player or in co-op. If you're in single player, you have your 3 teammates that will come around and help you with missions. That's really all they do, is they just help you with missions. They are very useful though when you are taking out a lot of guys, because they do have a lot of cover fire and all that stuff. Now if you're playing in co-op, say you are playing with one person, there won't be 2 other teammates there once you play with anybody else, all your teammates are gone. So if you're playing with 2 people, it's just the 3 of you guys, not the 3 of you guys plus the 1 computer guy. But personally, I've done this whole story mode and with these guys, and I've had no issues at all. I mean, there is the odd time they will fuck up, but it's not very often. Like sometimes they will fire truly, but like also you have your commands to you can tell them to stop or hold, or when to fire, when to move, and all that good stuff. Now also, if you're a fan of the Far Cry series, so you probably played Far Cry 3, you kind of know about the rebel systems, how you help the rebels, and they're kind of the guys going against the cartel. Or in Far Cry 3 it was kind of the same thing, but you do have a wheel, I guess it's a wheel you want to call it, that you unlock these throughout the game. They can drop vehicles off, you can call in a group to help you, you can call in a mortar, a diversion, or a spotting. Now when you first start off in this game, none of those are very good at all. They're all, level 1. There's 3 different levels, each level has 3 different upgrades to it. So I currently have all of them upgraded. You do side missions to upgrade them, but once you do get them upgraded to max, they are very useful. Like Guns for Hire calls in about 7 or 8 rebels to help you. A mortar, you get a huge mortar strike. The spotting can spot a whole base though for you, or you can call in helicopters, or armored SUV, or just a plain old truck. And a lot of people might not know this too. You can also, when you do call in the Guns for Hire, you can also call in a diversion too, so you're getting about 16 extra guys to help you there. The only thing is now, when you go for the game, there will be different wait times, as when you upgrade it, sometimes the time will go down by a few seconds. Now currently I have it fully upgraded, and my time is 1 minute between uses. When you first start, I believe it's 2 minutes, and then it slowly goes down according to the side missions that you have done. But like I said, it's very useful, and as you can tell too, on the upper side of the wheel, this is for your squad. Like you can tell them to go to a certain place, you tell them to regroup on you, hold fire, or open fire. Now the squad one I don't really use that much. I usually it's kind of like, because usually when you're going quiet, they won't just start opening fire for no reason unless they have to. But if you do want to go into a base by yourself, sometimes it might be easier. You just tell them to hold, and then once you're in the base, you take out whoever you want to. You just tell them to regroup on you. Now, anyways, going on to the collectibles in this game. If you did play Far Cry 3, like I mentioned earlier, Far Cry 3 had a bunch of collectibles in the game that you could go around the map finding, and then eventually you get a trophy for finding them all. This game does something very similar to this game, and except in this game you have them called Kingslayer files. As you can see over on the left side, this area here has 14 different Kingslayer files. I have 11. Each area has different, I think they range from about 6 up to 11, or 14 I think is the max maybe. I'm not too sure, but as you can see, for example, we go in here. You'll see them here, they look like a little piece of paper. 2 little pieces of paper with lines on them. Those are just the files, and they tell you a bit about the background of the place, or the mission, or somebody like that. And then there's also legends you can find. Legends are part of the same thing. They do count toward the Kingslayer files. Just trying to see if I can find one here for you guys to see. I might have collected them all already. Yeah, I think I might have collected them all, but they're very similar looking, except the legends just look like scrolls. They look like scrolls instead of just the lines of paper, and most people should know what a scroll looks like in comparison to the, just a plain old piece of paper. Oh, here we go, right down here. This one right here. Now, Now when you do go find all of them, you get trophies for finding 50% of the minigame, and you get, once you find all of the minigame, you get another trophy. I believe it is a gold trophy on PS4. I'm not too sure how the trophies work on Xbox, but it's kind of stuff when I've left to the last minute. I mean, you will find a lot of them just playing through the missions and all that and collecting them, but it's just something I kind of left to the last minute to do as the last thing. Now on to the actual kind of story mode. I don't want to ruin much for you guys, but as you can see here, you can see each area has a different boss. Most areas at least. There's 3 or 4 areas that don't have a boss, but the majority of them do. As you can see, there's, here, I'll pull this up for you guys. There's four different categories here. There's security, smuggling, influence, and production. Now you can do this in whatever order you want. You know, you can, if you want to go take down security first, or you want to do half security, half of production, or production, smuggling. It doesn't matter. Whatever order you guys want to do it in first. Now the way it works is you take out the smaller 5 guys here on the outside. Some have 4 for down here, but usually you take out the 5 guys, and then you'll have access to the underboss. You'll do his mission, and once you do the underboss mission, you'll usually get a bunch of skill points, and as you see, a bunch of resources. And then you unlock the head of the production. For example, here she's called the Beauty Queen. You take her down, and then the whole smuggling side, it's done. That's 100% destabilized, as they call it in this game. Now once you do that, say you complete that 100%, and then you want to go do production 100%, you do have access to El Suino, who is the top boss in the game. So technically, when you do take down half of the game, say 50%, you can go to the end boss. You can go do his missions, which is technically end game, but it's not end game. I'm not gonna ruin much for you guys, but there is 2 endings in this game. When you do go, you can do his right away, or you can wait. Now when you go take him down the first time, it will be a certain ending, and then it will respawn you back in the game like nothing happened. It will just tell you to complete the game 100%. So you have to go take down the rest of them to get the different ending. Now the endings are very similar. They're not very similar. They're different, but not that different. I won't ruin much for you guys though, if like I said. But anyways, yeah, that's mostly it for the story mode. And then, like I said, there's all the side missions and all that. Over here is just the faction states, for example. As you can see, the presence of the rebel force is 45 out of 45. So that's the 45 different missions, side missions you have to do to fully upgrade everything. Now for over in Operation Kingslayer, my current ghost level is 30. I do believe that is the top level you can get in this game, is level 30. The Santa Blanca cartel enemy faction, destabilized 9%. So that means you basically took down on the main missions, and then Unidad forces, that's just a patrol level. So when you start attacking them, it's kind of like a GTA thing with the cops. When you start attacking them, the stars go up and down, and all of that good stuff. But overall, that's really what I just want to cover. A few small basics of the game for you guys. I didn't want to ruin much, but that's, personally, I think this game is done very well. I mean, right now there is no multiplayer. There's technically co-op, but there's no multiplayer. I believe they're supposed to be adding a multiplayer, kind of similar to Far Cry 3. I haven't heard much about it. A few of my friends have told me. I'm not sure when it is coming, but it was supposed to be coming soon. But I'm sure when that comes, that'll be kind of a Far Cry 3. I believe Far Cry 3 was a 4-on-4. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not too sure, but I'm sure it'll be something like that. But yeah, there's supposed to be, if you check out the DLC, right now there's 2 confirmed major DLCs. They're going to be putting extra weapons, camos, and all that good stuff. But anyways guys, that's mostly it for today. I just wanted to bring you a small video. Yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. Thanks. Sniped.